So this is my 1989 CB250 apparently. It's not a CB, it's actually CBR. I fell over it probably about 1 kilometre an hour on the spot, and I broke a piece of my side fairing, and a possum jumped on my windshield and broke it. So, you know what that calls for? That means that I need to replace absolutely every single fairing on the entire motorbike, because that's how that works. I think I broke one singular tab, which means that this all has to go in the bin now. So basically I'm going to start by pulling all the bolts, hardware off of that. Yes, I've already taken it apart. I did that because I was way too excited to get these new fairings, and then the fairings took probably another 2 months to come. So this thing's been sitting like this for 2 months. But I'll go through absolutely everything. Apparently, when I bought it, was a nut and bolt restoration. I think it was just pulled mostly apart, and most of the stuff was sandblasted and redone. So from what I can tell, the engine covers have been taken off, powder coated. Same goes for the brakes. I think they were done at the same time. That's why they're the same colour. But the wheels are painted a different colour. They're more of a goldy sort of colour. I bought the car with a standard pipe on it. I've still got the standard pipe. I went and had a mate of mine weld on a flange for that. Shout out to JK Engineering Performance. One or the other. I should know, they're my mates. He welded that flange on for me, and I put this Yoshimura carbon pipe on it. What else did I do? I repainted some other pieces. That's cooked. I bought that cooked. I put in a Yamaha R1 rec reg, because the standard one melted the pins. That's in the middle of getting fixed. All these are now don't do anything, so I'm just going to have to strip back the loom, pop those out. These two don't do anything either. There's an LED flasher can in there because I put LED indicators. I deleted the factory ones off there. I reckon it looks cooler. I still have all the factory stuff, so I can return it to stock. What else? I pretty much haven't done anything else. I just put the pipe on it, the regulator rectifier, and the LEDs. But yeah, basically, I'm going to put on some new fairings. So it's my new. I know if you're a purist, they never came Rothman's livery, but I like it so much on the NSR that I decided to buy one for my CBR, and it's gonna look tough no matter what. The gold finish is pretty much as close as you can get to the wheels, so the wheels won't look too goofy. Normally they're white, but I don't really care. If I'm really that pissed off about it, I'll just go paint the wheels white. Get powder coated, whatever. But I'm going to start by, again, ripping the hardware off of that and bolting a new pitch black. I really don't like pitch black. Windshield to the front of the bike. I don't know how I feel about that. I might still buy another one and change it out later. Yeah, I guess I'll get started. Rightio. So that's done, and that looks terrible. I really don't like the black windshield. It doesn't really, I mean, right now it matches the rest of the bike, but once all the fairings are on there, it's not going to match the bike at all. So definitely going to shop for a clear one. Also had to take these off the bike. Can't forget about these, that'd be good. Let's see if these actually fit a bit better. They actually probably do. They probably fit better than the other fairings I had. Mind you, the other fairings are just a mock-up of original ones. They weren't real ones. I had to fix the pins inside of there. So I don't think these are real either. They don't seem real. I would like to get clear ones, but I don't know how. I think they'll look goofy. Or if I can get ones that are smaller, the only problem is I have to fill that gap. So, yeah, I guess keep on going along with this. I'll just bang this on, those on and that on the bike now. And so I thought I would have this piece on, but it looks like I've run into my first fitment issue with these Chinese fairings. That hits both of those. Unless there is a left and a right and I'm just dumb. From what I can see, that one's already been modified to fit. That's just, that can't be right. I feel like that's supposed to be way more central, because, I don't know, I'll fix it. I'll try to switch them left and right, and then worst comes to worst, I'll either get a file and I'll either notch some of this out or notch some of the indicator out. It took way longer than I first thought. I broke this off. Sick. Just glue it on. I've got the back one on. The only thing I'm not too happy with is how much light reflects back off this, so I need to find a piece that I can sort of retrofit to block off the light that reflects back. LED lights. That bulb was blown. That indicator works. How cool is that? That one works. Uh-oh. Gotta fix that. There's no worries. Yeah. Should normally test that sort of stuff. So, wrong button. But yes. Next up is going to be the back end of this bike. I'll put the seats back on, and then side fairings. I do have to put the heat shielding on the side fairings. For some reason my old ones didn't have it. Weird, that's alright. But I'm actually, I think this is way cooler. That does look a bit off now until I get those side fairings on. The gold might still look a little bit out of place. We'll see. Worst comes to worst, I'll powder coat the wheels white. It's for another time. This thing is starting to look incredibly tough. I think now that there's gold and gold, it's actually starting to make the gold on the wheels look way better. Just nut bolting this up, and I realised that I did not put the lock on when I should have. Shit, oh well. I'll go fix that now. But yeah, once this is all nut and bolted together, get to put the seats on. I get to put these, again, I get to put the heat shields on and then finalise how it looks, and it will look mint. Oh, I'm excited for it. Holy shit, that looks very cool. I've realised, because the other day I rebuilt the kickstand for the bike and I left out the fucking pin that lives in the middle of it. So the bike's like literally about to fall over. So after I've done all this, I gotta go do that, which will be fun. But surprisingly, so far, all the bolts lined up perfect. Like there's no real bad gap. Like, it's surprisingly spot on. So I'm gonna take this off, cut out some heat shielding and bang in as much around the extractors as I can. It's not super necessary, like the other one did have it, but it's white, so I'm worried it will yellow, so I'm gonna make sure I do that. So, but seriously, it's a good decision, I reckon. And the gold looks natural now, so that's good. We're all back together, except for the mirrors. And it looks sick. Keen to take this out into the road and give it a boog. Yes, I know it's a tank cover, calm down, don't get mad. If only I knew someone that could paint. Yeah, I'm gonna button up a few things, mirrors, I'm gonna bolt that back on. I'm gonna glue the indicator lens back on, which is gonna be sick. And then take it for a ride around the block, because why not? Yeah, sick.